Black women have the highest maternal mortality rates in the world, really. So with the overturning of Roe v. Wade, this will only increase. The United States has never prioritized or protected the health of Black women, dating back to slavery when Black women were used for medical experimentation to today when Black women have the highest maternal mortality rates in the world, really. Black women die at the rate 3 to 4 times more than white women during childbirth. So rather than becoming, safer for Black women to have children in the United States, it's become even more dangerous. Some statistics say that it's safer for a Black woman to give birth in a third world country than it is to give birth in the United States. So with the overturning of Roe v. Wade and the limitation to accessing abortion, which we now know will be in exactly 26 states, this will only increase. There is a recent study out by Duke University which confirms that the Black maternal mortality rate will go up by 33% as a result of Black women being denied access to abortions. Now, most people think that this means that Black women are somehow engaged in promiscuous activity or that they are using abortions as a form of birth control. And that is categorically false. That is a myth that is disseminated by many conservatives that, again, is just used to malign the character and reputation of Black women. The reality is that in many of the same states, in southern states in the United States, that are restricting abortions for women, those states also make it very difficult for women to have access to high quality medical care, to reproductive health care, to contraceptives. Many of those states teach no sexual education. They have no classes for young girls, for women on sex health. So as states are denying women access to quality medical care and to contraceptive care and to reproductive health care, they are at the same time limiting access to abortions. And we know as a result, that means Black women will be forced to carry to term pregnancies. In many states, it may be pregnancies that were caused by rape and incest. It will be pregnancies that doctors will say will endanger the lives of these women. And we know it is safer for women to have access to abortion care than it is to force women, particularly Black women, to carry pregnancies to full term.
President Trump, on behalf of all the MAGA patriots in America, I want to thank you for the historic victory for life in the Supreme Court yesterday.
She said the quiet part out loud. She said what many of us African American and particularly African American women have known all along, that this country prioritizes white life over the lives of marginalized people, over the lives of minoritized people. She was speaking for many conservatives that believe this victory is a victory for white life, many who don't value Black lives, and many of the pro-life activists, many of the pro-life elected officials are so hypocritical. They say that overturning Roe v. Wade is about protecting life, but yet the lives of millions of children that have already been born in this country, they deny those same children universal health care. They deny the parents of those children daycare opportunities. They deny children universal pre-K, high quality education. They deny their parents paid medical leave and time away from work. So if this was really about life, we would see these same activists and these same legislators doing more to improve the quality of the lives of people who are already born, children who are already born. So for us, many of us as Democrats, as progressives, we see this decision as being more about a power grab than it is about protecting life. We are incredibly proud of Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. She happens to be a fellow Harvard Law alumni, and I had an opportunity to go to the White House in March with other civil rights leaders, our vice president, our president, to celebrate the appointment of the first African American woman to the U.S. Supreme Court. Her appointment was long overdue. She is an extremely qualified jurist, and she endured one of the most sexist and racist confirmation hearings we have seen in this country's history. Over 75% of the country supported her nomination to the Supreme Court. So her nomination is widely accepted by the country, even though there are those on the right that would seek to maintain the status quo, and that is to have a court that is controlled by predominantly white males, which has been the history of our United States Supreme Court. And as excited as we are about Ketanji Brown Jackson joining the court shortly, the reality is we have a 6-3 conservative court, and those numbers won't change. She will simply replace one of the existing liberal judges. And why do we have a 6-3 Supreme Court at this moment? We can go back to how Mitch McConnell and Republicans blocked the confirmation of Merrick Garland when Barack Obama appointed him to the Supreme Court. We can look at the promise that Donald Trump made when he ran for office in 2015 and 2016. He promised to put conservative justices on the court, justices who would overturn Roe v. Wade. Many people didn't believe him. They ignored him, although he was crystal clear. And his commitment to doing so is now being operationalized by the 3 conservative judges that he had the opportunity to appoint during his brief and disastrous one-year term as president. So what can be done? We have elections coming up in November, midterm elections. We strongly believe, Democrats and progressives, that the issue of overturning Roe v. Wade, it will and has galvanized young people, progressives, low propensity voters all over this country. This is a wake-up call, and this is an issue that is not just limited to reproductive health. This is an issue about democracy, and the Supreme Court in overturning Roe v. Wade is not speaking on behalf of the American people.